project out here. Tell me how this project came to be before we get going here.
Well, back in around 2013, the county has looking for ways to take care of our dead, so to speak. And we initially had a pauper's grave site, but that site had filled up. So they were looking for other options. And one of those was to go towards cremations. So the county took the project on that we would, anybody that was indigent, family couldn't afford, or was unclaimed, then the county would take responsibility for having that person cremated. So around 2013, end of 2013, beginning of 2014, we took that project on. The county passed an ordinance that placed that responsibility under the auspice of the coroner's office. That's where the flower started to bloom. So over the years, every year, so to speak, we basically cremate anywhere from 15 to 27 people that are a lot, just there's no family left. There's nobody here anymore. And then there are quite a few that are unclaimed, and then there are a few that families just can't afford it. So we started this project, and we have, at the current time, I have about 168 people at the office of the coroner. We were looking for a way to honor them. And thanks to the county council members and Mr. Burns and the coroner, we were able to come out with a project that says, what can we do to at least put these people at ease and put them somewhere where they can be remembered and family members can walk by and see them. So that's where the memorial wall was actually developed from. Actually, the idea came from Dolly Cooper. If you go out that way, you see where they do the veterans out there. So we actually got the idea from them.
And so from here forth, we're in front of the old graveyard here from the grounds. That you're going to scatter the ashes out there?
That's correct. Behind the white fence, you see, are a lot of unmarked graves from the old days in the early 1900s and 1800s that people were actually buried here. So therefore, the ashes will be spread out throughout the area there. They'll be with all together. And then a marker will be placed on this wall that kind of oversees the little valley we have here.
And having people's names here is they won't be forgotten. They're not just
that's exactly it. That's why I call it the memorial wall. I can't really overemphasize the importance of not being forgotten. And years from now, family members may be looking for a family member and just never been able to find them. And then we recently had a lady that showed up that her father had died and she had been looking for a long time, 7 years later. So I was able to tell her that I still had his cremated remains. Now we'll be able to at least tell families, you can come over here and see where we placed them, where they can be remembered. People can walk by on the track and look at a few names and at least maybe say a prayer for some of the people here.
Yeah, because people in the past have just been forgotten. Right?
They have. Like I said, right now I have 168 sitting at our office. Mr. Shore was adamant about that he did not want people just disposed of. He wanted them to be remembered. He thinks that's the right thing to do, and the same thing with all of our council members. They wanted to be remembered. And I think this is a great way to do it.
And how far back does this go, the ones y'all got right now?
We've got all the way back to 2013. So the idea behind the project will be, once we get caught up, is about every quarter we'll have a memorial service for the people that have been cremated during that quarter. And we'll do a service out here, spread the ashes, and then mount their names on the memorial wall.
And when do you hope to have it completed up with the current names?
I hope to have it completed. We will always be 1 year behind. And the reason that is because Mr. Shore is adamant about us waiting for a little bit in case family does come forward. We do have the occasional family that shows up and says, I just learned about my father passed away and I'd really like to pick up his remains. And they'll reimburse the county for the cost of the cremation, and then they pick up the remains. So we will at least hold them for 1 year before we do. That's at least according to the ordinance.
But the ones you've got now, you think you'll have up in the next few?
Yeah, we'll probably have them mounted and ready to go probably within the next 2 weeks. That's our goal. We want to, I know Mr. Burns didn't want to hold a kind of a ceremony out here so that people can come and see what we've done and see what the county has put forth for people, that they won't be forgotten. Now, I think it's important to understand that, this took a lot of effort by county council and by the county administrator. and everybody else that was involved in the project, including Mr. Shore, who's the coroner, to get something like this done. I mean, I can't really say enough about our county. You know, a lot of people would just never even give this a second thought. You know, our county cares about their people. And it goes a long ways to say that they don't just care about them when we're alive, we care about them in death too. And I really can't say enough about the people that were involved in the project, because like I said, they didn't have to do this. We could just keep setting them in a closet or setting them in a building. But no, we chose to find some way to honor them. And I don't know a lot of counties that do that.